We're gonna talk about running shoes, if you couldn't tell. How's it going, everybody? Maul the Runner here, and as promised, I am back with another video. And I promised you guys in the last video, if you haven't seen the last video, of course go check it out. I'm gonna put a link in the description, and there'll be an annotation somewhere in the video right now. In the last video, I promised you guys that I was gonna make a video about how to pick the right running shoe. But anyway, let's just get right into this video. When picking out running shoes, the most important thing is going to be staying injury-free. That is the #1 priority. And as someone who has gotten injured in picking out running shoes that weren't right for me, I'm going to show you guys how to pick out the proper running shoes. There are two main things that are going to contribute to picking out a good running shoe for you that's going to help you not get injured. And that is, for one, your arch type, and number two, the way that you roll when you land. So first I'm going to talk about arch type. There's pretty much 3 types of arches. Super high arch, or just high arch, a neutral arch or medium arch, and flat feet, or very little to no arch. And these can kind of be categorized into 3 different ways of rolling when you land. And that is, respectively, supinating, neutral landing, and overpronating. Basically, I'm gonna show you guys how to do a test to see what type of arch type that you have. So here, let's do it right now. So you wanna get 2 sheets of paper. If you have 2 sheets of paper, I hope that you all have 2 sheets of paper. And you're gonna wet the bottom of your feet, wet your entire foot. Step in like a shallow thing of water, or you can just rub your feet with water. And then you can step onto these sheets of papers and see if you have a high arch, medium arch, and low arch. And I'll put 3 diagrams of each, so that you guys can see if you guys have either a high arch, medium arch, or a low arch. But this is going to be a big determining factor in what type of shoes you get. The next biggest thing, and this is the main thing, is how you roll when you land. So here, let's just say that this is somebody's foot, okay? Anyone's foot. So if you're supinating, you're going to be rolling, right? So this is the ground. You're going to roll, and then you push off outside like this if you're supinating, right? So you're rolling on the outside of your foot. If you're running neutrally, you're rolling straight down the middle. It's very clean and very optimal. And if you're overpronating, you're gonna probably be inward like this. Yeah. And there's also severe overpronation, which you're pretty much like this, and it's really bad. But there are 2 main types of shoes for these 3 variations of runners, and that is a neutral shoe and a stability shoe, and there's also a motion control shoe if you severely overpronate, as I was talking about. So you may be wondering, how do I know if I overpronate, supinate, or if I don't do either? Well, one way is some shoe stores actually have running analysis where they can see how you run, they check out your arch, and they pick a shoe that's right for you. Or you can look at the bottom of a pair of shoes that you have ran in the past, where you can see the wear pattern. So I'm just going to describe to you my wear pattern. So me, I run relatively neutrally. As you can see, there isn't much wear on the outside or the inside, but there's mostly wear right here in the middle. It's because I'm landing and rolling like this. But there is some wear right here, which is kind of on the outside of my heel, but I'm rolling inward. So it's pretty neutral. And you can check that out on both shoes, and it's kind of the same on this one. It's really the same story.
it's worn down right here, and then it's worn out on the heel. So like I'm rolling like on the outside and coming in neutrally. So that's why I wear a neutral pair of shoes. Neutral pairs of shoes don't have that much arch support. You can kind of see it right here. I used to wear stability shoes, which had more arch support. You'll be able to see them. If you go to a running shoe store, they'll be able to tell you whether or not the shoe is stability, motion control, or neutral. But that's why I wear neutral pairs of running shoes. You're going to want to get the same if you're supinating. You're going to want to get a neutral shoe because you don't want to overcompensate. As for someone who overpronates, you're going to want to get a stability shoe. This is not a stability shoe, but it does have a little bit more arch support than my Pegasus 35s do. This is the Clifton 1. It's still a neutral shoe, but as you can see, there's a lot more support in the arch here. Both of these, by the way, here, I'll show you guys the wear pattern here. I don't know, my Cliftons are pretty worn down, but you can still see like it's worn out right here, and you can still kind of see where the rubber pattern is on. It's kind of worn out actually on the outside here too, so I may supinate a little bit, but I'm definitely not overpronating. And same thing with the other shoe. I'm actually supinating, I think, in these pairs of shoes. But yeah, by the way, both two very good pairs of running shoes. I do like the Pegasus. If it were up to me, I'd really have both, because I'm gonna go into a little bit more depth as to picking what type of shoes you want to get. So yes, you have your neutral shoes, and yes, you have your stability shoes, but the types of shoes can vary. So as you can see, these are both pretty comfortable. The Hokas are really like comfortable. They offer a lot of support, and these are gonna be really good for training. You can get a lot of miles in on these, and they're going to be able to provide the cushion that you need to not get injured. It's kind of the same story with the Nikes. While they're a little bit more minimal, you know, they still have quite a bit of cushion, and they're still going to offer a lot of support for you to not get injured. Now, I'll be back. As for spikes, that may be different. Or racing flats for that matter. So it all depends on what your training is like. If you're gonna do like a lot of miles, you might want to get two pairs of shoes. You might want to get you know, like a pair of Hoka Cliftons and something that's a little bit more minimal for some faster workouts or faster runs. But it all depends on really how you're training. So you may want to get a pair of Clifton 5s if you know you're training for a marathon and you're putting in a lot of miles, a lot of easy, slow miles. Or you might want to get both, you know, have a lighter, more minimal pair for faster, shorter runs, and have the more supportive pair for your longer, easier runs. But overall, in order to pick a shoe that's right for you, you take two things into account, okay? Arch and the way that you roll. If you have a flat arch or a very little arch and you overpronate, you're going to get a stability shoe. If you have severe overpronation, you're going to want to get a motion control shoe. 2, if you have a medium arch and you're running really neutrally, you're going to want to get a neutral shoe. If you supinate, which means that you land on the outside, you're going to want to get a neutral shoe. So that's really it with staying injury-free and picking the right shoes for you. And once you find a good running shoe for you that you know that works for you, I wouldn't really want to deviate too much from it. Like, yes, I had the Pegasus 35s, and the Pegasus 36 are out, but I still got the Pegasus 35s just because I want to stay safe. You know, I got the same running shoe twice. But, you know, the main thing is that you don't want to get injured, you know, and you don't want to switch up too much, especially with running shoes. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's a little bit disorganized. Maybe I'll start writing scripts. You guys let me know in the comments below. But thank you guys so much for watching. Peace.